Game, good to have you along.
You know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. Siakam is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Dixon in at the one.
A big man who can score, rebound, and pass. This is why Siakam has become a huge piece of this team.
And he makes both free throws. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Brunson against Lillard.
For three, DJ Dixon.
Dixon's gone 3 of 5 from deep, shooting 60% so far from way outside.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
And the West All-Stars with possession to the middle.
Not a lot in the way of defense here tonight, but that's about the norm.
Yep, this game is always going to be about offense, about entertaining these fans as much as possible. Defense better watch out. They better be alert, because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half. Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
To the inside.
Goodbye, Anthony Davis.
And here's the West with the ball. Here's Dixon.
That is prototype rebounding right there. He gets the position down low, boxes out, and then corrals it.
Anthony Davis.
And these days, you know, Clark, the trade for a star player takes a stockpile of draft picks, doesn't it?
Well, that seems to be the one way you can assure yourself of getting a proven star somewhere in the area of his prime. And it doesn't always work out for both parties. Teams typically, in that case, would have to mortgage a bit of their future to get a player of that caliber. So it is tilted towards more risk than reward in most of those scenarios.
Pass to Dixon.
DeMontis Sabonis.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. Davis down low. Sabonis is there. And the West All-Stars have possession. And here's Brunson. And the pass to Dixon. And he gets it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
4 on the shot clock.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Dixon's gotten 4 3-pointers on 10 tries. Lillard outside.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Goodbye, DeMarcus
Now
Sabonis.
Lillard. And with this new CBA, great for the first time, team and league licensing revenue, about $160 million a year, is to be shared with the players.
And I think that's probably jersey patches and stuff like that. It makes sense that the players should get a share of that.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. Here's Dixon. Now here is Davis. Good ball movement here by the East.
Victor Wembanyama.
Here's Dixon. Kicks to Carroll. Here's Dixon. Sabonis inside. Started by Davis.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
For 2, Cade Cunningham.
Here's Dixon. And here is the East now.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
And one of the big changes to college basketball, Clark, as you know, the NIL, name, image, and likeness. It seems like that would impact the choice to enter the NBA draft.
I don't think there's any question it's had that impact. Some guys that were borderline draft picks now not being penalized for being on scholarship can monetize their name, image, and likeness and do so to the tune of some fairly significant dollars in some cases. And even if the money is not NBA large, it still could close the gap for a family of a player that might be struggling and could use some additional income.
Cunningham kicks to Lillard.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Here's Dixon. Passes to Siakam. 6 on the shot clock.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us